Hello and welcome back to the M.T.N Monster Truck Nation Monster Truck Challenge Series playoff event. We are getting set for round 2, but first we got to finish off round number 1. We have Avenger Jim Kohler now taking on Brian Bartle and Little Tiger. Little Tiger out of Coon Rapids, Minnesota, taking on Jim Kohler out of Columbus, Michigan.
Kick it over.
Avenger, one of those underdogs when it comes to racing, and Avenger, just like in the obstacle course racing portion, is going to go home early. Brian Bartle and Little Tiger takes the win, as you can tell on the replay right there. The Little Tiger Chevrolet running really good, Sonic. Yeah, I have to agree with you on that, Tom. That truck is running very good. Alright, we continue round number 1 with Andy Hoffman and Nightmare up against Richard Patterson and the Rampage Dodge. Rampage, I think, is the only Dodge in this 24 truck field.
All the kids, John.
You may be right about that, Sonic. But they're not. But oh my gosh, Richard Patterson came back from behind. I'm not sure if he took the win. Let's see. He did. Richard Patterson takes the victory. Holy cow! I'm surprised. Andy Hoffman usually does well, but he didn't lose by much. Alright, next up we have the NWO taking on Lyle Hancock and Rich Head.
I'll be back to pick you up in 15 minutes.
Take your time. I expect to be dead.
Rich Head looks like Rich Head got the better start. You may be right about that, Sonic, as they come across the final jump, and Rich Head will take the victory. NWO almost missed the second set of cars, but it's a legal run. But nonetheless, it was a legal run and a good effort. Let's see the replay. Okay, Rich Head was straight coming to the second set of cars. He gets over him. Oh, NWO is disqualified. He did not get the front 2 wheels up the ramp up and over the first car, Tom. Yeah, I saw it too, Sonic. You're right about that. NWO missed the jump. He is disqualified. You really got to keep it straight when it comes to drag racing, as we have Andy Brass and Wildfoot taking on Dan Evans and Destroyer. Until Destroyer is set to retire, the Destroyer truck is set to retire in 2015. Dan Evans is set to drive Blue Thunder. And look at that! Looks like Andy Brass is going to take the win against Dan Evans and the Destroyer. Our Professor Alex is standing by with Andy Brass. Let's catch up to him now.
Andy, it's a pleasure. It's nice for you to be here. What'd you think about that one?
Why, thank you, Alex. That really had to be one of the smoothest runs I have had. We have been readjusting these shocks on this Wildfoot truck for a while now, and we decided to bring it back out. Get out here and see some of these new folks here. Hear what this thing can do. If we can keep going like we are right now, if Bob and the guys keep going like this, one of us might actually take the win here.
Andy Brass, always a very consistent guy. He's won 4 championships, as conclude round one here with Brutus going up against Max D.
We're gonna help ourselves.
Brutus, a teammate to Chris Bergeron and teammate to Chris Bergeron and Brutus, a teammate to the Avenger truck, and looks like he's not going to go very far. Max D eliminates him early. You're right about that, Sonic. I mean, look how far, coming to the replay here, coming to the final jump. Look how far ahead Tom Mintz is. Tom Mintz and Max D. He always tries to keep that truck straight. He is a threat. All right, here we go. Round two. Bigfoot versus Jersey Outlaw. Blue Thunder versus Airborne Ranger. Snakebite versus Equalizer. Black Stallion up against Little Tiger. Barefoot up against Rampage. King Crunch versus Rich Head. Carolina Crusher up against Wildfoot. And the classic matchup, Grave Digger up against Maximum Destruction. All right, now we're going to start off round two with Bigfoot, Rich Hooser, taking on the Jersey Outlaw. Nick Rossi driving the Jersey Outlaw out of Pennsauken, New Jersey. That he really wants another truck who also wants to be King of the Fords. King of the Ford. If you got to be the King of the Fords, in my opinion, you got to beat Bigfoot, and it's not gonna happen tonight. You're right about that. Rich Hooser crossed the line first. Even though they were both leaf-sprung trucks, Bigfoot still had the lead. And took the win. Finish line after the last car. All right, here we go. A Ford versus Chevy matchup now with Blue Thunder taking on Airborne Ranger. Looks like the Ford's gonna put the camouflage Chevrolet away, and it will be Tony Farrell and Bigfoot. Not Bigfoot, Blue Thunder taking the win. Both guys did a great job over that last set of cars. All right, now we're going to continue round two with Larry Swim and Snakebite taking on David Morris and the Equalizer. Another Ford versus Chevrolet matchup. Well, you better pick your favorite company here, because I think the big red Ford Snakebite just took the win, Tom. Snakebite, another member of the Bigfoot team, as Larry Swim does a great job, but David Morris didn't lose by much, though. Keep that in mind. Alright, now we got Black Stallion going up against the Little Tiger. Another Ford versus Chevrolet matchup. A lot of these trucks are Fords and Chevrolets, Sonic. As Black Stallion and Little Tiger get set. Up and over the first jump, looks like Brian Bartle has the lead. That new truck really working for him well, and it will be Brian Bartle and the Little Tiger grabbing the victory. Brian Bartle really showing what this truck can do now. I mean, look, that truck was straight as an arrow coming to that last set of cars. Alex is standing with Brian Bartle.
Brian, how do you think you're doing in this new truck?
Well, this new truck here is running pretty good. Pretty good, to be honest with you, Alex. All we have to do is play the. All we got to do, if we're gonna win, all we got to do is play the right wheel real good and keep it straight in this drag racing portion. I intend to come away as the winner tonight. And as we present you an alternate camera angle, we have Barefoot, Scott Hess taking on Richard Patterson and Rampage. Scott Hess, always a threat when it comes to these drag races. Off the start, even though that is a leaf-sprung truck, Barefoot is straight as an arrow. Rampage, I think, may have problems. Scott Hess and Barefoot takes the win. Scott Hess, always a threat. Remember, he is very experienced when it comes to these types of courses. on a straight line course. Course Scott Hess, whatever truck he drive, in whatever truck he may drive, he's always a threat. He's driving barefoot here, and probably for many more years to come, as we take a look at King Crutch, Scott Stethens' take on Lyle Hancock in the Rich Head truck. Scott Stethens, with that wild crash earlier, is probably not going to get very far. Rich Head Lyle Hancock is going to put him away in the second round. And I think that crash probably affected the performance of that truck, Tom. Keep that in mind. Most likely did, because it didn't have a whole lot of speed when it came to actually both sets of cars, as we have now Gary Porter and Carolina Crusher take on Andy Brass and Wildfoot. We interviewed Andy Brass with the Wildfoot truck earlier. He's that truck a part of the Bigfoot camp. Always a threat here, and that's going to probably put the Wildfoot into the next round, Tom. You're probably right about that. You are right about that, Sonic. He did get the win. He's going to advance on to round number 3. Carolina Crusher, straight as an arrow, but that wasn't enough for the win. Mr. Consistency will have to wait another day. Here's Gravedigger and Max D. This is really going to be the battle of the night off the first jump. Gravedigger's behind, but Digger's coming back. Dennis Anderson and Gravedigger is going to advance on to round number 3. I'm amazed. Tom, I am amazed. Amazed. It is amazed. Wow. Stay tuned for round number 3. It's coming up.